What's going on, everybody? And in this video I'll be showing you the recent Summit Award vehicle, the Jaguar C-X75 Concept Lunar Year Edition, which that summit was pretty insane. It was a fun time, honestly. Nonetheless, though, this car does look great. Let's jump right into the customization here, which normally with the Summit cars there really isn't much you can do, and with this one you cannot remove the livery that is on it, so you pretty much can just add on to it if you guys want to make your own livery or add one of the ones these people make, because they do awesome jobs on these. Nonetheless, though, this car does look pretty awesome with how they designed it. I really do like the gold and the black rims there. Just looks really great, the red with the gold and the dragon. I just love how this thing looks. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it actually drives, mainly because I do not use the regular Jaguar that often, to be honest. I just don't. Only when it actually needs to be used in like a summit or something, then I will take it out. Hopefully that'll change with this car, though, and looking forward to seeing if it's actually going to be good against like the Bugatti and the Gemera and stuff like that. You can also add, the vanity items if you guys would like. Personally, I'm going to leave these off, though. Maybe I'll add some smoke here. The nitrous and all that you could do, the underglows, window tints, horns, and that is pretty much it when it comes to the vanity items here. And you can add some rooftop stuff as well if you guys would like, but personally I'm going to leave all this stuff off. Anyway, let's go jump into a top speed run. Then I want to take this thing into a race and see how it performs and how it drives overall in one of those. So I figured for the top speed run I'd come over here to the salt flats. I feel like this is the easiest place to test this thing out on. So obviously, outside look at this car, it really does look awesome. Let's go inside as well. I want to see what the interior is going to look like in here. So nice carbon fiber there, pretty much unchanged it looks like for the most part. I don't think I see anything different there unless I saw something on the door. Looks like the interior is just going to be normal there, and that is pretty much it when it comes to the look. But let's go drive it right now. So I'm hoping this car will be pretty dang fast. Like I said, I really don't drive the regular Jaguar too much. I just don't. It's not that I don't like it. I just have other hypercars I prefer to drive over this one. But I hope this car is going to be pretty decent, and it can compete with other hypercars in this class, because I think we definitely need some more competition. Not a bad thing here. So let's speed up a little bit. So I'm in 7th gear now, which is going to give it to 260. So it is not climbing very fast at all at 268 there. I'm going to hit the nitrous here and see what I can get the top speed to. I would have to say the acceleration top end there was pretty bad, but hitting nitrous though, wow, with nitro chemist, I was doing 313 miles an hour. That is absolutely insane. So this car obviously does have a crazy high top speed. Probably could have kept going to like 315 or so, but that is definitely pretty dang impressive. So the Jaguar's got a crazy high top speed. It seems like, I'm going to go back this way actually, it seems like the actual top end acceleration might not be that great unless you're running like nitro chemist or something, but I'm going to test that out by going back this direction here. So acceleration wise, I'm not going to hit the nitrous till about 265 or so to see how this thing will climb. Going into 7th gear there, so let's see how it climbs now at 260. I know some hypercars might struggle a little bit on certain areas with that, but I want to see how this one's going to do there. So 268, 269. So basically it just takes it a little bit of time to get there. Nothing really too bad. This thing really is fast, so going right up to nitro chemist again. Obviously, I'm going to head over to the highway here so I don't run into anything. There we go, perfecto. So now we are on the highway. I figured I'd go back this direction, do another little speed run with it. So I'm accelerating at 270. I'm going to hit the nitrous now and just see if I can get the car up to where it really should be. So hitting the nitrous, I'm actually getting above 300 miles an hour pretty easily with it. It's not really struggling too hard or something like that. So 310 there. I know it depends on the road. I also stopped using the nitrous. So this car definitely has a crazy high top speed, beating some of the other recent hypercars as well. 313 miles an hour on the salt flats is absolutely insane. Let's jump into a race with it and see how it performs. So the race I decided to go with this car to test it out is going to be called the Big Land, which is pretty much a highway race, but it has a lot of turns and stuff, so I can test the stability of this car, its turning ability, and how the car can hold speed overall. So jumping right into it, I gotta admit, the acceleration on the car is actually pretty decent. I'd say the worst part about it is how it might climb at higher end speeds, but I really don't think that's that big of a deal when you guys have nitro chemist on your car, because you can always push it to where it really needs to get quicker, and I feel like that's a good thing, at least with this thing. When it comes to driving it, I gotta admit, it turns nicely just by testing it out a little bit. I don't really see it like struggling too much or being like weird. Some cars are kind of twitchy sometimes too, and luckily this car doesn't seem too much like that. Whoa there, bus, please don't pull out in front of me. And I noticed that as well when I was turning with it, was the car was keeping its stability, so right there it didn't want to lose itself. I noticed with some cars as well, unfortunately the Bugatti can be in this sad predicament as well. Sometimes the cars will get squirrely depending on where you are on the roads, and I think every hypercar suffers from that a little bit. Not all of them, but a lot of them do have that issue. So right now I'm doing 290 miles an hour, so I wanted to come on this race because I can go on the highway with it and really test it out. So I'd have to get over this little road here. I'm going to see what I can get to. Let's do another speed run here. Actual speed run, let's go! 317 miles an hour on the highway there, guys. That's absolutely insane. Now, I know some people are saying sometimes the cars can be a little faster, which that is true. Depending on the road you're on, I noticed the cars, wow, I really just ran over that donkey. I noticed the cars could be a little bit faster depending on the road you're on. Now, when I was doing, like, let's say the long hyper race, for example, sometimes the cars in some areas don't accelerate that well, and other times they'll go crazy high speed. So for this car to hit 317 on this highway is definitely really impressive. I feel like this could be a really good vehicle for slipstreaming if you guys are trying to do hyper races and stuff. The regular Jaguar, I'll put a top speed run on that car right after this part as well to show you guys what that car got to compared to this one. I definitely like comparing them because having, you know, these new Summit vehicles, I really love to see how they actually do compare. And from what I can see, a lot of them normally are better, and that is a perfect example right there, guys, on how the cars can lose themselves a little bit. Now, I have a pretty good build in this car as well where it turns nicely, but a lot of the hypercars, depending on how you, like, turn on some areas of hills and all that, and if the roads are uneven, I notice a lot of cars do that, unfortunately. Really not that bad of a thing. Just kind of be careful when trying to turn the cars on hills or like bumps or uneven ground. I notice some of the cars just completely lose themselves and immediately destroying their back end. They just slide all over the place. Sometimes they're really not too bad. I gotta admit though, the overall stability of the car seems very nice, and it's keeping itself in line good. It's not really losing itself in some areas when you guys are going fast. I noticed some cars can feel kind of weird when going higher speeds, but luckily the Jaguar doesn't seem to be in that category there. Now this thing does have some crazy good speed. Now the slower top end acceleration there, like 260, really isn't that big of a deal at all with how Nitro Chemist affects this thing. I mean, it gets up to 300 miles an hour really easily, which 317 is up there with the Bugatti Divo. This car is going to be in the top tier for highest speed. That is absolutely insane. But right now I'm going to show you the top speed run on the regular Jaguar to show you guys that, and then I'll show you my settings right after that. So now arriving over here at the salt flats with the regular CX75. Now I'm sure many people are wondering, is the regular one as fast as that car is? And we're about to find out right now. So let's do an acceleration run on this car right now. So I'm wondering if the only difference with these two vehicles is going to be the looks. Now that could be a bit of a concern. Nonetheless, though, they seem to handle exactly the same, and the acceleration on this car seems to be insanely similar to the other one, which I'd say they obviously are the same car, basically just a different design on the other one, which I gotta admit the thing does look pretty awesome. So coming up to 7th gear here at 260 miles an hour, let's continue to accelerate, hit the nitrous a little bit here. So let's see what we get this car to. The other one did 317. Let's see what we get this car to right now. So 317 miles an hour as well right there. And I did have some bumps, but it seems the top speed on the cars are exactly the same. So the biggest difference with both of them, guys, is going to be the looks overall. Let me know your thoughts on these vehicles in the comments below. Do you guys like the new Lunar Year Edition? What don't you like about it? And are you guys going to be running the regular Jaguar over it? And that car was basically just like a collection. Thank you all so much for watching. And here are the settings I'm running on my Jaguar CX75 Concept Lunar Year Edition.